Hi everybody, how are you all? It's Sunday late afternoon and I've just come away along to the woods again today because it's been quite a stormy few days along the front with white horses, etc. And lo and behold, the sun comes out when it's been quite dull, but it's beautiful again. So how has your week been? It's hard to believe we're going into the last week of May and nearly into June, my goodness. I was thinking as well, it's been really weird because although, towards the end of March, 21st, 22nd, we were just at the flick of a switch just into lockdown, and that was us. And then look where we've been since then, and look at all the different stages we've gone through over the last sort of 9 weeks or so. So it was all a bit of a shock, and then we went through a stage of anxiety and then fear and all the emotions in between as well, and wondering what on earth is going on, and a bit overwhelmed to say the least with all the programs etc that were coming towards us. So now we seem to be in a different stage, and we've been up and down and in and out of all sorts of different scenarios, and now we're thinking about hopefully getting back out a wee bit into some working phases again. And as I say, it was like the flick of a switch where we were just told no more work, you can't earn anything now, and that caused a lot of anxiety for a lot of people because obviously it's our income to make a living. So however, we've gone through all that and we've survived, and hopefully we're going to start and get back into a wee bit of work again soon. It's interesting, I was talking to one of my friends the other day and she mentioned lockdown as being confinement, and again that's another word that we use in maternity terms, and we were talking about that the very first week, going into a labour and going through all the different contractions and all the different things that would bring, and we're waiting on this rebirth of this new way of life that we're going to have. The last few weeks have all been coming out with the energies all about reconnecting and getting in touch with our spiritual self, because we need to remember we are spiritual beings, and we spoke about being more living in the heart space, the soul or spirit space within us, and less of the ego working from the brain, ego head, more into the heart, and remembering really where we've come from and really what we're here for. So it's been interesting, all the different stages we've gone through, and every week when I choose one or two of the soul plan energies, I kind of think, right, what's coming out today and what's the message for the week ahead. And I thought, is it going to be to do with something spiritual again, to remind us, or about our exposure, about being our true self, about speaking our truth, etc., because that's been coming up a lot. Completely different today though, so we must all be in a different stage again, and the energies are shifting again over the last few weeks. So the very first card that I pulled out was this one, about fertility and abundance, and this is all about the abundance and trust complex. So you'll see the symbol is like repeating symbols, and it's like cups that keep filling up and running over. It's an abundance, and it's a polarity card relating to the abundance and trust complex. So we've maybe got issues with trusting in the universe, or it's also about again feeling gratitude and feeling loved, etc. as well. So it's also relating to having respect for yourself and respect for others, so that's very relevant at this time as well. And I put that one together. This is it's also an energy to do about being of service again, and you'll see there's a common theme in soul plan energies about being of service. And I put it together with this card energy, which is all about expression, and that's about channels of communication and creative expression. So it's another polarity card, just came out, and the polarity with this is about wealth and poverty. So it's funny that both cards came out, because abundance and wealth and poverty, they've, this can have sort of self-worth issues as well, which many of us will be having, because we've been going for quite a long time without our income and relying on support and wondering, what we're going to do. So again, trust. It's the abundance and trust. So when we put these two cards together, what comes up is an abundance issue. So it's no surprise it's come up here. And maybe this is because we are at this stage now. The governments and the Scottish Parliament as well are talking about reviewing things this week to see if we could start and get a phased return back to work and start getting back out there again. So maybe it's because we're all thinking about, right, we're going to get back out there, we're going to get back on our feet and, get moving again. So I know many people are quite worried and thinking, oh my gosh, they've got so much far behind and different, bills that we have to pay, etc. But this, I think those cards, these energies are saying trust and know that everything's going to be okay. We'll all be fine. We're all in the same situation. Well, the majority of us are. And what comes through from the abundance issue as well is maybe that through this last few months we've actually realised what is important in life. And really, it's lovely, and we will have, and we want to have enough money to be doing good things and treat ourselves and have holidays and travel and buy ourselves treats now and then. But I think what we've really learned in this last few months is all about what really matters. And we could have a plenty mindset where, we know that we're going to be okay, we've got everything we need, or we do have everything we need. Or we might have a lack mindset, which again, that's the self-worth issues that we'll have as well. And we if we've got that, we block the flow. So again, that's all about the flow and the trust in the universe. So just try and keep thinking positively that everything will work out and we'll get through this. Some people might have so much worldly possessions, they'll be fine in their, finances and love, etc., etc. But what matters most of all is the satisfaction that we have, abundance, and what really matters to us. Wealth can be measured in the level of satisfaction that we have in our lives. We don't need an awful lot to know that what's important to us, our families, our friends, getting together. We could have so much materially, but are we really happy? And I think that's the message coming through from the energies that was chosen today. It's just to remind us that we're all here together and we're all helping out with each other. Remember, the 4 energy was the abundance, the symbol of the overflowing cups. It's the 4th Hebrew letter, meaning Dalet, which means door. And again, when anybody knocks on the door and they're in need, the person at the other side will provide and give what they need. And I think it's all about communities all coming together, being there for each other, supporting each other. And I think we've learned that in the last few months. So my goodness, I hope that makes sense. I have got a little healing affirmation as well, because I thought it was interesting that did come up, especially with the two cards, all about, you know, self-worth, wealth and poverty, polarity, as well as the abundance and the trust. So there's a wee healing affirmation here for the abundance issue, and I'll just read it now. An infinite love and abundance surround me. Deep in my heart is gratitude and a pure, undying love. An infinite love and abundance surround me, and deep in my heart is gratitude and a pure, undying love. And it's just a nice wee affirmation for that energy for the week ahead. So we're all going to be fine, and it's been an interesting few months, and we're going to keep going. We've come such a long way, and there's a lot more good to come out of this. So just keep trusting, trust in the universe, and listen to your heart space, your soul, because that's who you really are. Okie dokie. So I've rabbited on, so I'll go for now, and I hope you all have a good week. And I'm going to be doing a few wee posts, because I'm going to be doing some soul plan teacher. I'm going to be training anybody that wants to learn about soul plan, and I'll be doing some wee videos to let you know more about what that's about, and I'll get some dates up and running, and it'll be an amazing space to be with anybody who wants to learn about it. It's a 3-day course, so it'll be amazing, and we can do it on Zoom. It's just as powerful, and it certainly changed my life, and it lets you see yourself and others at a deeper level, and it's great for any healers or any counsellors out there too, or anybody that's on their spiritual path. It's an amazing transformational course, so there'll be more coming up about that soon. So I'll go for now, and I love you all, and have a good week. See you soon. Bye bye.